Okay, welcome everybody. How's that volume? Okay. Well, with the high volume, let's go ahead and move to our moment of silence so we can get rolling. All right, thank you very much. Thank you all for being here. We've got a lot of exciting things to cover, so I will get some of the less exciting stuff out of the way. Short agenda, community updates, campus life, wellness, dining, executive director, and then exciting news about our employee scholarships. So that's the main event for today. So community updates to start us off. A quick reminder, we committed a while back to the Health and Wellness Committee that we would place this reminder every 6 months in this meeting to remind residents to review your emergency medical information and update it if anything has changed. Now, you all just did this, but we'd already scheduled out these reminders. So if anything's changed since you completed your file life, go complete that again. If you need new sheets, you can get those from the resident services coordinators or your clinic nurse. And then just a reminder, I've had a lot of people ask about this. So the file of life, which will be returned to you soon, replaces your emergency medical paperwork. So that blue folder that everybody had, that will go away. Now, if you're someone who wants to keep all that information, so there's other things that people have put in their blue folder. I've seen everything from physician's visit notes to living wills, those type of things. If you want to keep that information, feel free to do so, but just in your file of life packet, note where those things are on the additional information sheet, which is the last page of the Guilford County sheet. And really just two quick items. So the Residence Lounge, you all should have received a letter from me last week. The lounge will be closing Friday. I'm working with the library committee and the focus group that worked with us on this project to relocate the newspapers, empty everything out. Coffee has already been moved to Activity Room 2, and we're thinking probably late August for this project. Mark Ford is not here, or I would put him on the spot to give you a more concrete update. But we've been pretty consistent with that timeline, and we're hopeful that we meet that deadline. And a real quick pet policy. So Daryl shared last month at the town hall meeting about the poo prints DNA sampling for dog waste that is left behind. We are moving forward with that, and so that will now become part of our policy. So if you're moving in with the pet moving forward, you will be required to submit that sample as part of the agreement, and then we will be collecting DNA of the current animals, and a date will be set on that. It got cut off here, but it's August 26th, I believe, is a Monday. It's that last Monday in August. So, and that'll be on all the calendars and things like that. And that is to celebrate National Pet Day. So Whitney, the audacity of us, we let her take a vacation. So we'll cover some campus life things real quick. So in addition to all the great cookouts and things we have going on in the West Living Room, we'll be having a red, white, and blue blockbusters movie marathon. And so there's the show times and the movies that are coming on in here. And if you're feeling like some music, you can head over to the Guilford Living Room around 1:30 and enjoy some live music over there as well. And that is all tomorrow. And then here's a list. I won't bore you by reading the slide, but some really, really fun trips and an interactive tour of the Guilford Courthouse, Military Park, a lot of really fun things to do. So mark some of these on your calendar. If you keep the connections, circle them, highlight them. We would love to have you come out to these. And then this one is really exciting. So this is the CareMerge relaunch. So for some of you, this will be repeat information. Some of you, this will be completely foreign, and some of you may not be thrilled about this. But this is a relaunch of CareMerge. So if you don't know what CareMerge is, let me know so I can go see Sydney and find out why you don't know that. But if you do know, CareMerge is our resident platform, and we're slowly starting to unlock its full capabilities. And so as we go, we want to be very mindful of how we introduce these things. We don't just kind of rip the Band-Aid off and expect everybody to be at the same level of comfortableness and readiness for that. So here's a couple of things that we're going to cover. So the basics, and I think it's always good to continue to learn the basics, but we do have a couple sessions to learn the Care Merge basics. We have how to sign up for events. So you've heard us talk about this before. We've actually gone live with this, and right now we're in this weird half of the signups are on Care Merge, half are on paper. So we're slowly getting people comfortable signing up for programs in Care Merge, and how to do this even if you don't use Care Merge. So it's really important. I would say this one is one of the more important ones to come to. And then Care Merge Photo Days. So you hear us talk about engagement, and the Holleran survey measured engagement, and it was pretty low. And so some of the things that you can do to improve that is to get residents to engage as a community. And so you see this a little bit with the kind of naturally happening with the Thursdays in the lounge, things like that. But this is the first step in how to really use Care Merge as an engagement tool. So an example of this would be that if I moved into friends' homes and I love playing bridge, I would update my profile to say that, and other people who play bridge can see that, can search for that, can call me, can recognize me and say, hey, we have a bridge group that meets every Wednesday, and I can join that group. You can take it a step further, and we can have a private group on Care Merge where I can send messages and say, hey, my buddy who lives at Wellsprings is having a bridge tournament, we're invited, do y'all want to go? So it's just a really good engagement tool. And it really starts by just having your photo up. So if people want to know who you are, they know who to look for. And so that's what we're trying to do here. So these are some days that we've blocked off to hopefully get you guys to come in and take some photos for us. Or bring your favorite photo if you have one that you prefer. And then last but not least, a school supply drive. So in the activity room 1, which has been converted into sort of a mail room and almost our community donation room, we have our school bus set up, and this is a drive to collect school supplies for children in need. Here's a list of some of the requested items, and you just drop those right into that school bus, and Susie will take care of the rest. All right, Jasmine?
Hello everyone, I am Jasmine Hernandez, your Wellness Director, and it is recruitment time. The Olympics is coming up, and we are looking for all Friends Homes athletes. You should have received a flyer in your cubby, but this will be our first year for Bright Spire where we are going to split the fall into 2. So it'll be a fall Olympics and a spring Olympics. If you are interested in one of these categories, you can sign up in my office, or you can give me a call and we can put you in. So billiards, bocce, chair volleyball, walking, pickleball, quiz bowl, and puzzles. To prepare or to hype us up for the Olympics, we are doing a Friends Home Summer Olympics for the Summer Olympics that's in Paris. We are kicking it off on Friday, July 26th, the Summer Olympics opening ceremony. It's going to be in the Life Enrichment Center. And then Friday, we'll have a staff versus resident chair volleyball. That's going to be in the sports court. Monday, July 29th, we'll have the first Modern Olympic Games in the Boys of Team USA presented by Dick Swanson in the West Living Room. July 30th, we'll have a resident table tennis, single ladies will be first and then following the males. That's going to be in the game room here at West. Monday, August 5th, we'll have a staff versus resident pickleball in the sports court. So this is match number 2, which I'm sure we can come back. And then Thursday is going to be the finals for pickleball, and that's also in the sports court. Friday, we're going to end our Summer Olympics with a staff and resident basketball shootout. If you are interested and want to sign up for any of these activities, just give us a call, or just you can sign up, come over to the Wellness Center. Now, this is all that's coming up for July. This is all in your connections, but I just wanted to bring this up front to you, just a reminder. So advanced care planning with Trellis, that's going to be Tuesday, July 9th at 2 p.m. West Living Room. Container gardening class with Daryl Shores, Director of Ground and EVS. That's going to be Wednesday, July 17th, 9:30, small courtyard, so right next door. You go girl, but only when you want to. We're still getting some sign-ups, so it's not too late to sign up, and that's going to start Monday the 8th, and that's a 4-week series. You must attend the first one. Outsmart your smart device with Trinity Rehab. That's going to be July 24th at 2 p.m. West Living Room, and then if you missed that one, you can come on over to Guilford, and that's going to be July 25th at 2 p.m. in the Guilford Living Room. And then we are calling all artists that submitted their work from Brightspire Artist Showcase 2024. We're going to bring all of those pieces back to the Guilford Art Gallery. So if you are interested, please come and see me or give me a call. And then our updated July schedule is now on CareMerge. So it's all updated, or if you want a physical copy, you can find one in my office or in the Solarium. So Solarium or in my office. Okay, and that is all.
Hello, everybody. I'm here to give a dining update. First, I'm going to start with our dining phone system. I know that we have been long awaiting the days of shorter voicemail messages, and I'm happy to announce that it's here as of Monday. So I am going to send out a letter on Friday about the way the new dining phone system works. So you'll have all of this. You don't need to remember it or write anything down. We'll put the letter out with instructions and the phone number. So what will happen is there's one number for you to call, and you'll pick a dining venue from that. So it will say press 1 for Cobles, press 2 for the Hub. And once you do that, then there will be a few quick prompts. So you'll have an option to hear the hours of operation. So if you press 2, then you can listen to that, and then we'll have an extension that will do our takeout policies. But the first choice is going to be just to place an order, so you can push 1 and bypass all of that. So that will be a win, and then it will just take you to the ring like normal. And then once that happens, if you get the voicemail at that point, you can leave a message, but I promise it's going to be 2 sentences tops. Outside of that, if you have the quote-unquote old phone extension, so like Cobles is 4222, then you can still call that. You just won't get that auto attendant option. So if you want to bypass all of that and just get to that venue, you can still call that. And then I also just wanted to make a note, we've had some phone calls lately to the main kitchens for takeout orders. If you all will please call the venues instead of the kitchens. If you don't get someone on the phone, then you can leave a message. We don't typically call and confirm your takeout order, but if you do leave a message, then we will get that made for you all. I also wanted to share, so Jordan and Matt and Steve had commented that there's a lot of interest in sustainability from both campuses right now. And so we actually get a sustainability scorecard. I may have shared this before, but this is just a snapshot that we get based on our purchasing of things that we do to support sustainability here at Friends Homes. So you can see, we're looking at where we purchase our eggs, the type of coffee that we purchase, local produce purchase, poultry. So there's a lot of different things on here, and it's a good metric for us to see how sustainable we're being when we purchase. And so this one is for West. And then we also have the same one for Guilford. And at a very high level, it's worth noting for you all that we do have one of the best sustainability scores in the Southeast region compared to some of our other communities. So we're really proud of that. And that's it for me.
We are moving at lightning speed. And we're going to start with, or continue with a lot more positivity. Does everybody know Wendy? How many people know Wendy or have worked with Wendy when they moved in? Okay, so the whole room, practically, right? So Wendy's been with us for a long time, and we just want to recognize her for a job really, really well done. We've, she put her name in the hat when the opening came up to become the Director of Sales and Marketing, and we spoke to a number of people, but we just kept going back to her. She's just done such a great job. She's made an impact on the community in so many different ways, and we're so pleased and proud to have her as our new Director of Sales and Marketing. And I don't think she's here, but can we clap for her anyways? And you know why she's not here? Does anybody know why Wendy's not here?
Showing people.
She's on a tour. That's right. So last month I gave an in-depth financial review, and I think I think it's good to keep that going. I think it's good that folks always know where we stand from a financial perspective. So in certain months I've done it from a high level, in certain months I've done it from a really micro level, and I would say this is both. I want to start with census first. Our independent living, you see here, census report. Our budget is 91% for our census, and we're at 94% in independent living. This is consolidated. This is Guilford and West together, because that's how I look at things. I look at our finances together, not separately. So as a community, we are 94% occupied in independent living. In assisted living, we are slightly under budget at 87%. And in skilled nursing, we're slightly above budget at 93%. So overall, we're doing well, and that reflects positively in, I'm gonna use my pointer, but it's hard to see this number right here. So draw your attention to our revenue. Census ties directly into revenue, okay? Our actual revenue is 25, and our budget's just a little bit ahead at 260,000. So you see we're doing well with revenue. We have a positive variance. Our expenses are doing well as well. These are operating expenses, 21 million, there you go. And we have a positive variance of 132,000. So when you add this together with this, you get this. That is your net operating income. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Our operating cash, right here, that's the cash in the bank. Trustee held funds, that's set aside to pay debt. Investments, self-explanatory. Outstanding bonds payable, that's our debt. Net entry fee receipts, this is the amount we've collected in entry fees year to date. Purchase of fixed assets, that's what we spent on CapEx, capital investments, big projects. The milling and paving of the parking lot would be an example. The money that we've set aside for to purchase the equipment for the elevators, furniture, these are all considered CapEx. They typically have to be over $3,000. A purchase of over $3,000 has to have a useful life, has to be a major component of a system. These are all criteria for CapEx. Our debt service coverage ratio right here, required is 1.2, actual is 3. It's our ability to pay our debt. So you see we've far surpassed our ability to pay our debt because our finances are so strong. Days cash on hand, required is 120 days. If our business stopped today, this is how many days we could continue to operate our business based off of the cash on hand. Very important. So overall, and then our margin, 11.4%. Our budget was 3.7%, we're at 11.4%. There was a time where our margin was 0 or negative. We've come very far as a community, and this signifies financial strength of our community. That's a very good thing. So you're living in a very stable, dare I say well-run community? So you should be proud. This right here should be a source of pride for the residents. Nothing happens at this community in this way without you, without your contribution, without some of the oversight that we get from the residents. We should be very proud of where we stand as a community, that we are stable. How does that sound? Does that make people proud? I hope so, yeah. Like I said, there's, And we all know it, it's no secret. There's other communities that can't do this, that can't say this. Not far away, right? So I know that I'm proud. I'm proud of everyone here for what we've done here. Now my clicker is gone dark. That's okay. Let's give this one a shot. Nope. There we go. Okay. Request response. So these are requests from residents. These are things that folks have asked for, and this is management's response. Can we skip the long message when we want to make a reservation or place a to-go order? You just heard from Carly. The answer is yes. That goes live very shortly, if not already. This is one that we hear a lot in committees and conversations. You need to communicate more. There's just not enough communication, or maybe not enough effective communication. So there's a number of new forms of communication that we've created. We recently completed 2 rounds of Java with Jordan. That's an unscripted meeting. It's a small group, and it's just dialogue, back and forth. How many people were at Java with Jordan, the last one? Yes, there's a lot of people in this room now. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. We're going to continue to do that, and I hope that each one of you takes a time to come to that. Not only was I there, but I had members of the management team. Matt was there, Steve, Mark. They were all there just basically to hear from you and then to answer your questions. We've completed a number of Discover Assisted Living presentations. And that presentation exists purely to educate folks on what's available at assisted living. What does a move look like? What does it cost? Why would somebody move there? Once they're there, what is life like? What's included? What are the apartment square footages? All this is provided at this presentation, so we hope that everybody will attend that meeting. And a new series is being started. It's not a very snappy name. We're calling it the Building Meetings. And basically, throughout the year, every month, we are meeting with a different building and or hall. And it will be security, maintenance, EVS, and members of the administrative team, either Steve, myself, or Matt. And we are meeting with that specific building to share information that applies specifically to their building. So, fire procedure, upcoming projects that may affect them. We'll be there to answer any questions that you might have regarding your building or your hall. And it's just another way to provide information, answer your questions, be available, be transparent. And so again, we're just trying to find new ways to communicate with you in addition to everything else that's happening. Let's see, and the third one, always a hot topic, please address the cable service and lack of DVR availability at the Ridgecrest and Villa Apartments. We are continuing to pursue a solution with Spectrum for all existing Spectrum customers. There's a lot of people in this room right now that have Spectrum, and we want to keep that going. And we are looking at that as a solution for some of the Ridgecrest and cottages. And then we're looking at another option, a possible streaming option for the villas, which have a different type of infrastructure. But the solution that we're looking at, we are hopeful for the possibility of DVR service, which I know is important, especially to those folks. So it's ongoing. As recently as this weekend, I should say, I sent an updated contract to Spectrum with updated numbers per their request, and now we are waiting for Spectrum to reply back with a finalized contract. So we've been down this road before a couple of times, and so we're hopeful, but we're also cautious. But hopefully we'll have some more information to share with you soon. And now, I suspect the real reason why many folks are here, we want to recognize some new recipients of a new scholarship fund. For those who don't know, we have a number of scholarship funds that were created recently. There's a fund called the Clinard Fund, which was created quite some time ago. There's a fund that just about 2 months ago a resident created and donated a lot of money to. About $200,000 went to this fund. And it was meant to be a sustainable program that would last for years to come, to go directly to our employees, to benefit our employees. And just recently, a general scholarship fund has been created for anybody who would be interested in contributing to our employees and their well-being from an education standpoint. We recently announced the formation of a resident group who would review applications from our employees, folks who are planning to attend school or are currently in school, who are hoping to earn a scholarship. Those residents reviewed the applications, and 8 folks did apply. 4 folks were awarded scholarships, and 3 of the recipients out of the 4 are here today to receive their award, to be recognized in front of our residents. And so I'm going to share each, a little bio on each one, and I hope you'll join me in celebrating. And so we're going to start with Elizabeth Jesse. She happens to be traveling, and so she wishes she could be here, but she's actually on a trip. But Elizabeth has been with us for quite some time. She's an RN nurse mentor at Whittier, so she has a leadership position as a registered nurse. However, she seeks to further her education and earn a bachelor's degree in nursing. And her long-term goal is to be a mentor for new nurses entering the field. And that's something that we do at Friends Homes. We hire a lot of new nurses and we provide them a valuable experience. So she wants to focus on building her expertise in the area of quality assurance and ensuring the highest standard of care, making sure that it's maintained. She is attending UNCG, and we couldn't be more proud. And I should mention also, Elizabeth Joyce is our Director of Human Resources. She's worked very closely with these recipients, and together with the residents and with Carson Sparing, who heads our development department here, we've worked together to make sure that we have a comprehensive program that, again, is sustainable for years to come. The interesting thing about the application process is we don't know the folks who are applying. The folks that are on the committee that make the selection, we know the school that they want to attend. We know the program that they're hoping to participate in, but we don't know who they are. It's completely anonymous. And so that eliminates favoritism. And so we're truly making the decision based off of the merits of their application. And I think that's a benefit to the process. And so I found out who won just about the same time that you all did, which is pretty neat. So that's Elizabeth. Next, I think a lot of folks here know Cooper, right? Yeah, Cooper, stand up. Come on up here. Okay. Cooper, how long have you worked here?
3 years.
3 years. How many pizzas?
A million.
So Cooper is a line cook here at the Hub. He'll be attending GTCC to pursue a culinary arts degree. And we're so very pleased that you're doing that, and we're so thankful for your service to Friends Homes. Congratulations. And we have a gift for Cooper, don't we? We do. Yeah, we have to make it official, right? Yeah. Congratulations, Cooper. Thank you.
Thank you to Cooper's team back there that came to support him.
Yeah, he's got a cheering section back there. Next is Josie. So Josie's an international student from East Africa, from Rwanda. She's been in the U.S. only for a few years. And she's sitting right here. Josie, come on up. Let's welcome Josie. Welcome, Josie. So you came here to pursue your education, is that correct? Yeah, that's wonderful. And you work as a CNA? Yeah, here at West, right? Now, how many people have ever met Josie? I know the answer to this. now you know Josie. Okay? So she does a great job at West. She takes care of our residents, and she has a desire to earn an associate's degree in nursing. Now, something tells me that you're not planning to stop there.
No, I'm not.
So what are your long-term goals?
My long term is to be a CRNA. Yes.
Wonderful. Well, we just want to congratulate you, and thank you for all that you do for Friends Homes.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. And we got you something, too. Wear it proud. Thank you, Joseph. And Damaris Ariolas. Now, she has two last names. I was just Damaris Damaso Ariolas. Did I say that correct? Yes. Now, you might see Damaris. She works on the line, right? You expedite at Kohl's. Often I've seen you there. And Damaris, you have a desire to start your own restaurant one day. Is that correct? Yeah. When we read about that, I think what stood out is that you hope to prepare the foods that your mother made. Does that sound right? Yeah. And so you're planning to pursue a culinary arts degree as well.
Yeah.
So, well, that's wonderful. Well, we're so thankful for all that you do for Friends Homes, and we wish you well and want to congratulate you. But thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Do we have a shirt? Folks, this is a wonderful program. This is a tangible example of your generosity towards our employees. We really want to thank you for everything that you do for our employees. I know that your generosity extends to other areas. The Employee Appreciation Fund, which is active and ongoing, scholarships, but just providing a wonderful place to work. Being our work family, it means so much to us. And so I want to thank you, and I know that these folks do as well. So how about one final round of applause for all the good things that are happening here. They're wonderful. And again, we couldn't be more proud of our students, so well done to each and every one of you. And that pretty much concludes our presentation. We do always reserve time for question and answer, and we're happy to open the floor to that moment now. Hearing no questions or seeing any hands? Now they come up. Who wants to be first?
Hi, Jordan. With the closing of the Residence Lounge, and the fact that the Gateway Lounge has been used for a number of things, like hall meetings, marketing has had some events up there, we have the Thursday late afternoon. There needs to be some kind of a calendar posted so that the rest of us who use that lounge for various things, card games, puzzles, whatever, that we know when we should not be going there. I had an occasion last week where I went 3 different times and things were going on in the lounge. It would be nice not to have to go over there so many times to find out what's going on.
Yeah, what a great problem to have. I had coffee this morning with Dan. I don't see Dan in here. And we were talking about where we were a year ago with that room, where it was, I think you saw some tumbleweeds rolling around in there when you walk in. So, so just for a little background, there's been a lot of taped signs and things of, stay out. It's not really in line with the aesthetics that we're going for, so we have ordered one of those, the holders like the other rooms have, and so that is coming. And then if it's not there by the time we move, we can make do, piece it together until we get there.
Just in follow-up, I noticed that there's a holder outside the living room. For June, it was completely blank. They changed it and put up one for July, and it's also completely blank. So I'm hoping that when it's put up outside the lounge, that it won't be blank, that it will, we know that there are the scheduled in here.
Right, so I will look into what's going on out here. The challenge of paper, and this is, if I can get on a soapbox for like 2 seconds, the challenge of paper is it may be blank when we print it, and then the next day we have 5 reservations. And so we'll do our best to make sure that that's updated. A lot of times you'll see chicken scratch kind of all over them, and that's people marking them themselves. And so we'll do our best to maintain that. But those are typically printed after the deadline for reservations. But things come up, private parties and that kind of thing, and we'll make sure we do our best to keep that up there.
But the fact that it's not unknown, most of the things scheduled in here.
Yes, we'll just have to see what's going on with that. I'm not sure why it prints that way. They print directly out of WorkSub, and so as long as the reservations are in WorkSub, they should be on there. So that may just be a clerical error. We'll take a look and see.
Thanks.
It sounds like the movies and this meeting and other things like that are not in WorkSub to go on that schedule.
So they are in WorkSub. There may be a technical error going on, but they are in WorkSub. I think we have one over here. I don't know if.
I would just like everyone to know that we're launching, it'll be, it's already on camera, a Backgammon group. It's the oldest board game in the world. Ann and I, and Mitch Daniels in particular, are real passionate advocates for that. And you'll see an announcement. There's going to be a video on how backgammon is played. I've already had 2 responses. Ms. Say and Becky Cabral over in Guilford is really interested in the sport. And it takes a little bit of learning. It's a combination of skill, but also luck, because it involves dice, throwing the dice and making moves. And it's really quite interesting. Anyway, we were all so interested in that, I asked Hannah, could we try to organize a group? At the moment, because of the closing of the lounge, probably the Gateway Lounge would be the most likely place. I don't know what night, it'd be one time a night. I will be away, but my contact, I've already got emails. I'm the contact person for anyone, and I'm keeping a tab, and to some extent we'll have to buy some boards. I have one, Mitch has one, actually we have 2, but anyway. So depending on the level of support, we'll be supported by Friends Home West, and I really appreciate that. But I just want to
Calling all backgammon players
Yeah, it's
or
quite
interested
interesting.
parties.
Yeah.
All right,
Mrs. Say's
come
playing.
play. Any other comments, questions, suggestions?
I certainly applaud the scholarships and supporting our staff here. I also totally had missed that this was a project in the works. And I understand, I'm hearing there was a committee that reviewed the applications, and it was blind review. That is great, but I can't keep up with everything that goes on in here, but I did not know that was going to be a possibility, and I applaud the young people that will be able to be supported in their higher education.
Thank you.
I would like to wish Pat Rockwood a very happy birthday today.
All right, right over here. Happy birthday, Pat. Okay, well, folks, I would like to thank you for joining us today. We're going to head over to Guilford and do it all over again.